Hi, welcome to another Watch Me Work. This one is part 2 of the Fantasy Stiletto, the Weeping Healthcare Angel, and in this video we're going to be looking at creating the angel's head with acrylic powder. It's quite straightforward. It's just a matter of using tiny beads for control. The firmer the bead for moulding, the wetter the bead for smoothing out and making everything nice and smooth. So let's crack on. So first of all, start with a foil full, and this is really just the centre of the head. If I tried to create the full head out of acrylic, it would be extremely heavy and use a lot of acrylic as well. So I use a foil full just to get the base of the head going, and then I can build the acrylic up around that. Now, in order to be able to handle that head without touching it all the time, then I put a piece of wire in where the neck would be. Again, I'm using the Mystic Nails acrylic powder in Cover Pink Camouflage. The reason that I like this powder is it, as I say, it doesn't marble. It's very workable. You know, it doesn't take too long to dry, but it takes long enough to be able to mould. So yeah, I do enjoy using this one above the other drier powders that I've used in the past, or the quicker setting. So I'm just building up an acrylic surrounding to this tin foil. And this, all I'm looking to do here is to try and create the shape of a skull, just the basic shape of a skull, and then I can start building up on my features once I've got the shape of the head. Keep checking that my size is okay. I don't want to go too big or too small, but just keep building up and building up until you've got the shape that you want. Keep blending those beads to keep it nice and smooth. So here we've got, as I say, the basic shape of a head. You can see that we've got the chin in there, and we've got the back of the skull in there, and now we need to just start building facial features. So I'm putting in here the brow bone, where your eyebrows would generally sit, and this is really just a guide, so I can see where I need to place my eyes, my nose, all that kind of thing. So the nose is going in there, and again, it's just a guide. It's not the finished article. It's just so that I know where to place the eyes. So the eyes, I use Plasticine Gel. This one again, Mystic Nails Plasticine Gel. Cures in 30 seconds, so just grab a tiny little bead for an eyeball, place that in, make sure that it's where you want it to be. If it's not the right shape or anything like that, then obviously you can take it off and remould it. That's the beauty of Plasticine Gel. Yeah, you just keep going with that, get your eyes in place. I used to use an Acrygel to do this part, but it was a little bit messy. The eyeballs were not always round, so once I found the Mystic Nails Plasticine Gel, that was it. I was hooked with that. It works perfectly. So once we've cured the eyes, it's 30 seconds in an LED lamp, we need to put the irises into the eyes. So first of all, we start off with black gel to create the rim of the iris. And get that cured, again 30 seconds in an LED, and then I'm going in with the iris colour, and the iris colour that I'm using is the chocolate brown from Mystic Nails Grande range. Beautiful for doing this. So once that's cured, we go in with a non-white top coat, Again, I love this Mystic Nails brand. It is my favourite. The top coat cures with zero sticky on there, and we want the eyes to be nice and shiny. I'll be using the top coat again when we come to putting in the angel's tears, but we'll go through that later. So once that's all cured and we've got nice shiny eyes, we need to give her some eyelids. So I'm just building up the eyelids now. I always start with the bottom eyelids. Again, it's just teeny tiny little beads and smoothing those in. So once the bottom eyelids are done, we need to go in and complete her top eyelids. Again, teeny tiny little beads, and just shape it around and blend it in. If it comes over the irises slightly, you can always use your brush to mould that and push that back. So yeah, and just go in and pop in the second eyelid on. Sometimes if you put the bead on a little too wet, it is a little bit see-through, you still see the eyeball through it, but there's nothing to stop you from going back in with a second bead just to shore up that eyelid. There we go, so we're just building the face. So once we've completed the eyelids and we're happy with where the eyelids are and how they look, I'll then go in and look at the eyebrow bone. Just build that out a little bit more so it's more protruding. Keep blending and blending, as I say, smaller beads, wetter to blend, firmer to mould. And then we're going to start building the nose up into more of a notable nose shape and blend that into the brow bone. Building a face with acrylic, it's not rocket science. All you need to think about is the shapes and the angles of a face, and it is just a matter of working slowly and very, very small, teeny, as I say, teeny tiny little beads. So yeah, just blending it all out, and then need to give her a little bit of an expression. So the best way of getting some sort of expression out of a face is through the bone structure and also eyebrow placement as well. So I'm just building up her cheeks here. And then whatever you do on one side, you do exactly the same on the other. So there we go, going in with the next cheekbone now. And as you can see, the face is starting to take shape. Now for this head, we don't need to go into anything like a mouth or anything like that, because it's going to be covered with the mask anyway, so I've not gone into mouth placement or anything like that. So here, as I say, one of the best ways of building an expression in a face is to use the eyebrows. So I want my angel to be weeping, so we've got some furrowed eyebrows going on here. again, just a tiny bead and blend. And going in on the second side. And then just blending, moving, moulding and blending. That's all we need to do. There we go. So now we've got our eyebrows in place. I need to tweak a couple of areas. If you feel that it needs a little bit more, put a bit more in. All the time make sure that you're blending. Sorry about any sort of noise in the background. My dog's got jingly jangly jewellery on his collar and he keeps shaking around a bit. Yeah. So here we've got the mask. I've already put the mask base on. I'm just building up the creases in the mask now. Hello, darling. So again, teeny tiny beads and then just mould and shape, always blending. Okay, so while I'm continuing with this, I'll pop some music on for you, and I shall catch you at the end. Okay. Okay, so here I am just putting the final touches to her ears, making sure that they're in the right place, level to the opposite side, that kind of thing, just tweaking bits as and where I felt it's needed. I felt with this head, the first ear was a little bit small and a little bit low, so I ended up going back in with some more acrylic just to even those out a little bit more. So there it is, so it's just a matter of blending that repair, as it were, back in, keeping it all, again, tiny little beads. So the only thing left to do then with this head is to mix some acrylic paint up for the cap and the mask, and I also used some black and brown to give her some eyebrows and a bit of eyeshadow as well. So that's the end of the head video. I hope you enjoyed that and watching me create my angel's head. Next video we'll be looking at the body and the wings, and so yeah, join me then. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed this. There'll be plenty more coming. Alright then, take care, thanks, bye.